Hello and welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss a grammar item which is determiners. Let's first answer the question, what are determiners? Now, as the word itself suggests, determiners in a sentence determines something. It may determine or fix the place of a person or a thing. It can determine or identify two or more persons or things. It may proceed before numerals or objects. It can also indicate the quality, quantity, or amount. Let's look at few types of determiners. We have articles, which is a and the. We've got demonstrative determiners, which is this, that, these, and those. Possessive determiners are my, his, her, their, ours, etc. And quantifiers, some examples are some, any, much, and so on. Let's first look at articles where we have a and the. Now, a and an are used with the singular, whereas the could be used with a singular or a plural countable noun. A and an are the indefinite articles, whereas the is a definite articles. In the next part of the video, we will look at these three articles and their usage in details. Let's look at the usage of a and an. An is used with words which begin with a vowel sound. Please do keep in mind that I said vowel sound and not just a vowel. So the words are egg, orange, elephant. So these will have the article an. Whereas a must be used with words which begin with a consonant sound like university, horse. Many times you must have observed that words beginning with H also take a vowel sound, and this is for the reason that H in that word is silent. Like we have few examples here, an R, so H is silent, an honor, an air. Also, an is used between abbreviations that begin with a vowel sound. For example, we have an MA, an MSc, an MBBS. We also use and with professions. Again, we will look at the consonant and the vowel sound. His father is a doctor. So before doctor, we have used the article a, whereas for engineer, we are using the article an. Also, words like hero, genius, fool, liar take the indefinite article, which is a or an. Beware of that fellow, he's a liar. So we have used the article earlier. My friend is a genius. So these were the usages of the articles a and in the later part of the video we will see the usage of the article the. The usage of article. We use the article the when we're talking about a particular person or thing or something that has already been mentioned and we know about it is definitive. The book you want, the book you want is not available. So we already know which book the person wants. When a singular noun represents the whole class, the dog is a faithful animal. So we are talking about animals and we are representing it through the dog. So we use the article the. We also use article before proper names that denote physical features, like we use it for oceans and seas, rivers, canals, deserts, group of islands, mountain ranges, and notably we use it for the names of countries which include words like states, republic, or kingdom. For example, we can see the People's Republic of China, so we use a the there. Then we always say the United Kingdom or the USA because these words have these have the words like states or republic or kingdom, so it's we have to use the article the there. Let's look at few other uses of the. We use it for the names of religious of mythological books. We always say the Bible, the Vedas, the Mahabharata. Then we use it before the name of things which are unique or one of the kind, like we have just one sun, one moon, so we use the. Then in a very common way we use it with the superlative degree, which is the highest degree, which is this is the worst performance, so we use the. He's the best boy, so we use the for the superlative degrees. Then we use it for the ordinal. He was the first man to walk on the moon. So here, first is the ordinal, and we are using the before it. He is the last boy to enter the class. Last is the ordinal, and we are using the with it. Then we use it for musical instrument. He can play the tabla. He is very good at the piano. Before an adjective when the noun is understood. So first let's look at the example. The rich always exploit the poor. So you must be wondering where is the noun. So here the noun is understood. Like we are using rich to denote the rich people. So people has been dropped here, but still we understand that we are talking about the rich people. The rich people always exploit the poor. Let's also look at the places where we do not use the article the. We don't use it for material, abstract, or proper nouns. Honesty is the best policy, so there is no the. Sugar to taste sweet. Paris is the capital of France, so we've not used the for material noun or abstract noun or proper noun. Now it's also not used before plural countable nouns like children like toys. So your children and toys both are plural and countable nouns. So we don't use the with them. We don't use it for name of people, which is also proper noun like Rohit, Sunita, Anita. We don't use the for the name of the people. Then we also don't use it for the countries, the continent, or cities. Neither do we use it for individual mountains. Earlier I had told you, we use it for mountain ranges, but we don't use it for individual mountains. We can say the Himalayas, but we can't say the Mount Everest, because Mount Everest is an individual mountain, whereas Himalayas is a range of mountains. We don't use it also for the names of meals, like we say dinner is ready, I'm going to have my lunch. Before languages and words like school, college, university, church, hospital, and so on and so forth, we always say I learn English. We never say I learn English or the English. My uncle is still in hospital. Moving on to demonstrative adjectives, which has this, that, these, and those. This and that. And the plural of these two is those and these. This and that are used to avoid repetition of the preceding noun, which is my bat is better than that of my friend. So instead of telling my bat is better than the bat of my friend, we are only saying my bat is better than that of my friend. So we are already trying to say that that is used for bat here, but instead of repeating it, we are just saying that. Our soldiers are better equipped than those of Pakistan. So we have used those here in order to avoid using the word soldiers again. It refers to persons or things far from the speaker. So when we use that or those, we refer to things that are far. That is the dog. That is used for singular, whereas those is used for plural. Now this and these are referred for something nearer to the speaker. This book is very interesting. This book is yours. whereas these, which is the plural, is referring to something near the speaker. Third type of determiners are possessive determiners. Now, as the name suggests, possessive determiners tell us as to who possesses the thing. As I've already told you, possessive determiners tell us who owns something. This is your book. So we come to know who owns the book. So it is the book of your friend or someone else. This is our beautiful house. So again, we come to know in this sentence that this house belongs to me, us, not me, but us. This is a chart of possessive pronouns. You can see how we use which possessive pronoun we use for what subject, and which what type of noun, whether it's plural, singular, first person, masculine, feminine, or a neutral noun. Let's now look at quantifiers, which is the fourth type of determiners. We'll discuss each quantifier in details. Let's first look at the usage of quantifiers. They can be used in affirmative sentences, that are positive sentences. They can be used in questions, requests, or commands with both countable and uncountable nouns. So there are some books on the desk. So this is an affirmative sentence, which is again a plural and countable. He's got only a few dollars. How much money have you got? There's a large quantity of fish in this river. He's got more friends than his sisters. When you look at all these examples, it's clear that quantifiers give us the quantity of, it could be uncountable noun or countable noun. Here we'll be looking at examples and usage of a few, or a few, little, and a little. Now, the words like a few and a little are used to indicate a small amount. Let's look at the examples. We still have a few minutes left before the class gets over. Do you have any questions? There is a little ice cream left. Who will eat it? Now, from the examples, it must be somewhat clear that a few and a little are more of affirmative, giving a positive thing, that we have a little, we have not finished everything, we still have something left. So the focus here is on the small amount we have, but we still have the amount. Whereas few and little mean not many or not much. The usage of few and little tries to indicate the less amount that we have, the negative sense of the words. Like, we don't have much, we just have little. So the focus is on the little part, not much. There are few students in the class. How do I teach with only few students in the class? We have little time left in the exam to end. Hurry up. So the focus is the less quantity that we have, but in a negative sense. We don't have much, we only have less. How to use much and many in our sentences? We use much with singular uncountable nouns and many with plural nouns. I haven't got much change, I've only got a 100 rupee note. So here we are using it with singular noun, whereas there are many campsites near your place. So here we are using many with plural noun, which is campsites. We also use much and many with interrogative sentences or negative sentences. Is there much unemployment in that area? So here we have much for questioning. How many eggs have not been used in this cake? So again, we use it for interrogative as well as for negation. That's a usage of not. Do you think many people will come? So these are a few usages of much and many. Use of more, less, and fewer. Now these are comparative determiners. Now we already know whenever we compare two nouns, we always use the word than. So here also, when we're using more or less for comparison, we will have it with than. I do more work than Suresh. So it's a direct comparison that I do more work than Suresh. Give me some more salad. So here we are trying to say give me more salad, in a sense give me more than what I had earlier. Satish does less work than me and I want less salad than Mahesh. A fewer, which is also a comparative determiners, is used before plural countable nouns, which refers to a group of things smaller than another. So again, a very clear comparison. Fewer students succeeded in passing than last year. So we are trying to say that this year, fewer students compared to last year, fewer students have passed. We had fewer computers a year ago. So a year ago we had less number of computers than what we have now. Let's now look at the usage of distributive determiners, which is each and every. Now each is used for two or more than two, whereas every is used for more than two items. Now you should also notice that both each and every is followed by singular countable nouns and singular verb. So when we use each and every, we are trying to consider one person. It's a singular consideration. That's why we use singular countable nouns or and singular verb. Let's look at the example. Each of the two boys has won a prize. So here we are trying to say that both the boys have won the prize, and so we are using has won in order to show that we are considering each boy, which is singular countable noun. Every student in the class is present. So again, we are using every student in a sense that each student, one individual, is every individual is present in the class. We also use each when the number in the group is limited or definite, but every is used when a number is indefinite or unknown. So when we know the number, each student in my class is promoted. So we know that how many people have been promoted, everyone has been promoted. But every is talking about everyone. We may not be able to count this large number. So every person in the world has a parent, so we will not be able to count the number of people. So we are saying everyone, which is like common to everyone. We will now look at the usage of most, several, and all. Most is used with plural uncountable nouns. So your students, time, these are uncountable nouns in these sentences. So we are using the word most. Most of the students can be trusted. So we are talking in a general sense, like almost all the students. Most of the time I'm not at home. So it's like the major part, the person is not at home. We use several with plural nouns, but it refers to a number which is not very large and it is generally less than most. So several people were crushed in the stampede. So we are trying to say that yes, there was a large number, but not majority of them. The usage of all. Whenever we use all, we always use a plural verb with a countable noun and a singular verb with an uncountable noun. So looking at the examples, this should be clear. All are going to Delhi. Now Delhi is a countable noun, and so we are using a plural verb, are going. Whereas gold in the second example is an uncountable noun, and so we are using a singular verb, glitters, for that. Now where do we use another and other? Another is used with a singular countable noun, whereas other can be used for a singular countable, or it could be used for plural countable or uncountable nouns. Now bring me another knife. This one is blunt. So here we are talking about one countable, singular countable noun, which is knife. So we are saying give me another one. I would prefer other house. So here we know we're talking about one particular house. So it could be used. We are using other with a singular countable. The other students went back home. So here again, plural, students are plural, and this is countable, we can count. He's better than human beings than most other. He's a better human being than most others. So here again, uncountable noun. We do not know he's better than how many human beings. So this is, we use other with countable, singular countable, plural countable, or uncountable noun. Where to use either and neither. Now either and neither both refer to things, people, or situation. Now either could mean one or two of each of the two. So it could be you're referring to one, you're referring to one of the two, or you can refer to both. I don't agree with either Ram or Sham. Now neither can be used with singular countable nouns or singular verb, and neither is a negative of either. Either of the two boys pass the sorry, neither of the two boys pass the exam. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I've been able to clarify your doubts of determiners. Still, if you have anything not understood or any further clarification required, you can comment in the comment section. Thank you once again.